Have you ever stopped to think about why some Americans feel like they're barely getting by while the stock market hits record highs almost every month? Imagine this. The strongest economy in the world is showing two very different faces at the same time. Millions of people are feeling financial pressure, struggling with rent, grocery bills, and everyday expenses, while investors celebrate historic gains. Welcome to the U.S. Report, where today we're going to explore the full story behind the headlines and break down what's really happening with your job, your savings, your investments, and your financial future. If you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss updates that could affect your money, your career, and your life. Sharing this video with friends and family could help them understand what's happening too. So don't forget to do that. Stick with me, because in the next hour, we're going to cover every angle, from the stock market highs to the struggles at home and everything in between. The U.S. economy has been on a roller coaster in recent years. Headlines are full of impressive numbers: GDP growth, record stock market highs, booming tech sectors. But the reality for everyday Americans tells a very different story. On Main Street, not Wall Street, people are feeling the pinch: rising rent, stagnant wages in some sectors, and everyday expenses that seem to climb faster than paychecks are creating a daily challenge for millions of households. The truth is, economic growth is happening, but it isn't evenly distributed. Industries like technology and artificial intelligence are booming, creating wealth and driving investment, while traditional sectors like retail, small businesses, and manufacturing are growing more slowly and often struggling to recover fully. Understanding this split reality is critical, because it affects how you should think about spending, saving, and investing in the months and years ahead. Consumer sentiment, for example, tells a lot about how Americans are feeling about the economy. Recent reports show that consumer confidence has risen to a 6-month high. That sounds good, but when you look closer, this improvement is largely among wealthier households, those with savings and investments that protect them from financial shocks. For middle and lower income families, uncertainty remains high. Job security is still a concern. Inflation is eating into budgets, and financial pressure continues despite what the headlines say. For anyone trying to make sense of the economy, this is a key insight. Growth on paper doesn't always match people as lived experiences. Inflation is another area where nuance matters. Prices for many goods and services have stabilized somewhat, but core prices, especially housing, healthcare, and groceries, remain above the Federal Reserve's target. For you, that could mean that while you might notice some relief in certain areas, essentials still cost more, and your daily expenses remain significant. The Fed has to balance controlling inflation while not stalling economic growth, a task that's more complicated than it looks. Their policy decisions ripple across the economy, affecting mortgage rates, credit card interest, business loans, and even the price of consumer goods. Understanding this helps you see why your paycheck might not stretch as far as it used to, and why small financial choices today can have big impacts on your future. The labor market adds another layer of complexity. The official jobs reports have been delayed due to the recent partial government shutdown, but early indicators suggest that hiring is slowing, especially in traditional sectors. Despite low headline unemployment, not all workers are seeing growth in wages or opportunities. Job openings are decreasing in some areas, while other sectors like tech and AI continue to hire aggressively. This uneven job growth means that while some Americans are thriving, others are facing stagnant wages and fewer opportunities. For viewers of the U.S. Report, understanding the labor market's nuances is essential for personal financial planning. Stock markets tell yet another story. The Dow Jones Industrial Average recently crossed 50,000 points for the first time, a historic milestone that signals confidence among investors. Technology and AI companies are seeing massive profits, and investors are benefiting from record gains. But these gains often trickle down to everyday Americans who rely on wages rather than stock portfolios. This gap between Wall Street and Main Street is a central theme of the U.S. economy today, and one that affects how we interpret news about growth and prosperity. Industrial sectors like manufacturing and energy show mixed signals. Factory activity has expanded at its fastest pace since 2022, indicating production is ramping up. Yet, manufacturing jobs haven't grown at the same pace. Automation, technology adoption, and efficiency improvements mean more output with fewer workers, creating a disconnect between productivity and employment. Energy markets also play a role, with fluctuations in oil and gas affecting everything from gasoline prices to the cost of producing goods. For everyday Americans, these trends influence budgets, commuting costs, and even the prices of the things they buy daily. Technology, particularly AI, is transforming the economy faster than most people realize. Companies are investing heavily in AI to improve efficiency, reduce costs, and expand markets. While this creates growth and profits, it also changes employment patterns. Some jobs are becoming obsolete, while new opportunities demand different skills. Workers who adapt and learn these skills may benefit, but those who don't risk being left behind. Understanding this shift is crucial for anyone planning their career or financial future. The U.S. report is committed to helping you see these trends clearly and understand what they mean for your life. Housing is another critical aspect of the economy. Mortgage rates have been fluctuating, affecting buying power and affordability. Home prices in certain areas continue to rise, creating challenges for first-time buyers. Rental markets remain tight in urban regions, adding to financial pressure for many families. Understanding housing trends helps you make informed decisions, whether you're buying, renting, or planning to refinance your home. Global factors also affect the U.S. economy. Trade policies, international conflicts, and geopolitical shifts influence prices, supply chains, and business strategies. Tariffs on imported goods, for example, can raise prices domestically, affecting everything from electronics to clothing. Energy costs are also tied to global markets, impacting household budgets and business expenses. Being aware of these external factors helps you understand why prices change and why some sectors struggle while others thrive. Let's talk about personal finance strategies. In a complex economy, diversification and preparation are key. Investing in multiple assets, building an emergency fund, and staying informed about market trends can help protect you from uncertainty. The U.S. report provides insights into these strategies, translating complicated economic news into practical advice that viewers can apply to their own lives. Knowledge isn't just power, it's protection, and in times like these, staying informed is essential. For business owners and entrepreneurs, understanding these economic trends is critical. Consumer behavior, inflation, labor availability, and policy decisions all affect profits and sustainability. Businesses that adapt quickly to technological changes and shifting consumer patterns are more likely to succeed, while those that fail to anticipate these trends may struggle. Watching the U.S. report gives you context and foresight, helping you make better decisions in an unpredictable environment. As we continue exploring the U.S. economy, remember that this is not just about numbers, it's about people. Millions of Americans feel the daily impact of these trends, from the grocery store to the gas station, from paying bills to planning vacations. The economy is a living system, and every decision made by policymakers, businesses, and consumers interacts to create outcomes that affect everyone differently. Recognizing this helps you see beyond headlines and understand what actions you can take to protect and grow your financial well-being. Now, let's consider the future. Inflation trends, labor market dynamics, technology adoption, and global economic events will shape the months and years ahead. For instance, if AI adoption continues to accelerate, we can expect productivity to rise, but some traditional jobs may shrink. If inflation remains above target, households may face continued cost pressures. If global markets remain volatile, U.S. businesses and consumers will feel the impact through higher prices or disrupted supply chains. Staying informed about these factors is critical, and the U.S. report is here to break them down for you. Throughout this video, we've explored the highs and lows of the U.S. economy. We've looked at GDP growth, inflation, job trends, market performance, technology impacts, housing, energy, and policy challenges. Each of these factors affects your life directly, and understanding them gives you a clear picture of what's happening and what may come next. By staying informed, making thoughtful financial choices, and adapting to change, you can navigate this complex economy with confidence. Before we wrap up, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the U.S. report, and click the notification bell to stay updated on the latest economic developments. Share this video with friends and family to help them understand what's really happening in the U.S. economy. Comment below with your experiences. Are you feeling the impact of inflation, job uncertainty, or rising costs? Engaging with this community helps everyone gain perspective and prepares us all for what's coming next. Remember, knowledge is the best tool we have in uncertain times. Thank you for joining the U.S. report for this comprehensive hour-long exploration of the U.S. economy. Keep watching, stay informed, and take control of your financial future. The economy may be complex, but with the right information, you can make it work for you. Comment, share, and let guests continue this conversation together because your experience matters and your voice counts in shaping how we all understand what does happening around us.